all are doing very well. Before I start something today, I would like to show you something around me. Right, let's see. Hold there. Okay. Flat. Okay. So you have seen some wonderful things early in the morning. You could see those all things. There's so many wonderful things in nature. When you're watching a rainbow, or when you're watching a sunrise or a sunset, or a beautiful sky, a beautiful night sky with stars, whatever you are watching, it's all because of some reason. We got to always explore how we could actually watch it. What do you think? Can you watch me now? You can't watch me. Right. Now you understood what is the reason that we could watch all those wonderful things around us. What is the answer? You can always tell your answer outside when you're watching this video. If not, answer here. Right? Right. I hope many of you got your answer, that is light. Right. So we are going to learn so many things about light. Right? Some of the basic things. I would like to start with an interesting fact about light. Light, what is the speed of light? It travels at a speed of approximately 3 lakh kilometer per second in vacuum, and in air also approximately 3 lakh kilometer per second. Look at the speed of it. 3 lakh kilometers. Earth's diameter is around 40,000 meters. Not diameter, circumference, sorry. So 3 lakh kilometer means light would go almost 7.5 times in 1 second around the earth. That's the speed of the light. There's nothing fastest in the nature than light. Right. So we are going to learn about such thing. So first we'll start with definition. Let us see. Light is a form of energy which gives us the ability to see the things around. So anybody ask us what is light, we could straight away say that it is a form of energy and it is giving us the ability to see the things around us. Because we got the answer that without light we can't see it. Right? So look at this diagram. A boy is watching a mango from a mango tree. So he could watch that only because the sun rays are falling on this mango and the light is getting reflected. It is getting reflected back into this boy's eyes. This light is reflecting from the mango and it's going into eyes. I have used the word reflection, means it's simple. It is just bouncing back. It has come in this direction. After this point, it just bounces back into the same medium. That is called reflection. We will learn descriptively later. But here, thing is to be understood is light is falling on an object and then it is sent back. So that is the reason we could watch. Imagine the same thing in a dark time, night time, when there is no street light or so. Then you try to watch a mango from a mango tree. You can't really watch it. It's all light. Light is doing the magic. Right? We'll move on from here. There are some objects in the nature which gives light on their own. Some does not. So we classified them into luminous and non-luminous objects. Luminous bodies. Bodies which give out light on their own. Example, sun, stars, firefly. Right? They give light on their own. So we are calling them as luminous bodies. So non-luminous bodies. Bodies which cannot give light on their own. Example, a chair, book, bag, this blackboard. Okay, so they don't give light on their own. So such bodies are called as non-luminous bodies. A very popular question: is moon a luminous body or a non-luminous body? What is your answer? Right, moon is. So what is your answer? Right, moon is a non-luminous body because moon does not give light on its own. Sun's light falls on the moon and it is bouncing back from the moon and we are watching. So moon is not a luminous body. Right, now we will see further. All the materials are grouped into three categories based on how it allows the light to pass through it. What I mean is, when light is flowing, some objects allow the light, some objects allow the partially light, and some objects they don't allow, we send them back. So based on that, we have classified materials into three types: transparent, translucent, opaque. Right? Transparent objects or materials means objects which allow light completely to pass through it. Example, air, water. They allow the light to pass completely. So you can see here I have a sheet, polythene sheet. Okay. Now you could see I'm bringing this to camera. You can still see me. Am I right? So we can classify this as transparent. Maybe not 100%, but 90% it is allowing the light. Right? Right. We are learning about translucent now. Objects which allow light partially through it. Example, oil paper, tracing paper, etc. Means these kind of objects allow the light partially. Like you can see this polythene. So it is allowing light. When I place this polythene sheet in front of this mobile, I think you cannot see me completely, but you can see me partially, like as if some object is existing there. Right? The third type of material is opaque. Objects which allow light not at all. Example, wood, rubber, iron, etc. There are so many things in the nature which are, I myself am a opaque object. Because what's behind me you can't see. Only you can see what is in front of me. So light is not passing through me. Okay, you can see this paper also is completely opaque. So what's behind this paper you can't see. Look at this. You can't see what's behind this paper. Right? Hope you understood about this classification: transparent, translucent and opaque materials. Okay. What did you see there? Right. You have seen my shadow. So let's try to understand what is shadow. Shadows, generally they are dark patches formed for the objects where light can reach. Where light cannot reach. Right, you have seen my shadow over there. You have seen that place is completely dark. It's mostly black in color, dark in color, because light is not able to reach to that place, because we obstructed the light. When I stood like this in front of sun, so the light which is falling here, it could not go behind me. I obstructed the light. So behind me on a screen, a shadow formed. Right? So what are the requirements of shadow? We require a light source, we require an opaque object mostly, and a screen to watch that shadow. If that screen is not there, probably you can't watch. You can check this in the dark time. You ask your friend to, or your family member to torch on you on terrace or somewhere in the dark time. then you can't see the shadow somewhere in the air. You have to keep a background cloth or something, then you could see the shadow, right? So it requires a screen, right? I used to wonder in my childhood when I used to watch an aeroplane somewhere very far away flying, why the shadow of aeroplane does not pass through us when it is exactly flying over us. Then I realized shadow of aeroplane forms, but there's no screen to form it very close. The screen should be close to the opaque object, then it forms a shadow. Like in my childhood days, we used to play with the shadows of the birds, especially eagles. We used to touch the shadows of the eagles. We used to count how many shadows we have touched. When they are flying, we used to put our steps and we used to touch them. We used to run all over the ground. That was a very wonderful game, right? Now we will learn something very important about shadows. Why these things have played very important role in science. Now we will learn about the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse. Friends, let me tell you, when people are not sure how the earth is it flat or is it round, is it spherical, when people had confusion, solar eclipses have removed the doubts or myths. When most of the astronomers, scientists, they watched this lunar eclipse, they came to know that earth is round definitely. So when they are watching, if you understand this lunar eclipse, probably you will understand what the scientists have understood. Let us start with first solar eclipse. What happens during that time? We all know around the sun, earth is rotating. This is sun, this is earth, and this is moon. We know that earth is revolving around the sun and moon is revolving around the earth. So whenever moon exactly comes in front of earth and if it becomes an obstruction for not watching sun, then the shadow of the moon falls on the earth. We call that as solar eclipse. This happens generally on a new moon day, right? So it does not happen every month. But yearly it happens two times. When exactly moon is in front of us, it is between sun and earth and it is obstructing the light which is coming from sun, right? So this is about solar eclipse. Now we will try to learn about lunar eclipse. In lunar eclipse, what happens? The moon which is revolving around the earth, now moon comes this side, that is on a full moon day. On a full moon day, the shadow of the earth is this side. Because earth is an opaque object, shadow is formed here. When moon is coming all the way, when moon is here we can see, but when moon is coming here, we can't see the moon. The reason is, here the shadow of the earth is forming, so we can't see the moon. If moon is here, we can see the moon half. If moon is somewhere inside, we can't see anything, right? So since we know that moon is a non-luminous body, if light does not fall on it, it's not seen, right? This is called as lunar eclipse. So when scientists, they have seen this lunar eclipse, when they have seen, on the moon, the shadow was like this, okay? This part was lit. When they saw this curve, that's the shadow of the earth. So they understood that earth is spherical or round. That's how the understanding began, right? Hope you understood about solar eclipse and lunar eclipse, right? Friends, today's homework is you got to perform activity 1 at your home as well as table 11.1. As I told you, you have to maintain a book. Please do the work, put the date and get it signed by your parents. After reopening, we will see that. Okay, right. So apart from this, you can learn more on YouTube about shadows. And there is something called as shadow art. Okay, people used to depict stories, just like puppet show. There's shadow show also, where people tell stories using shadows. And you can see that also. And the other activity which I want you all to do is activity of shadow of animals. This is a wonderful activity where you can form shadows of different animals. You can see videos of or pictures of those shadows of making animals with your hands and fingers. Right? Hope you all enjoyed. Let's see in the next class. Thank you.